Okay, so this is Shani. She's a postdoc in the group, and what she's doing is she's assembling one of our devices that we're going to use to contain one of these complex tissues I told you about, so for the gut model. So we have this scaffold which is made of conducting polymer, so it can do electrical measurements. We chose to use this kind of a format because this is familiar to the pharmaceutical industry, right? It's a well plate. It'll fit in their various different pieces of instrument that they use for monitoring things. And we can grow the cells in there, and then we do continuous monitoring. The cells stay alive. We've kept them alive for upwards of a month. And we have the various different connections that we need to connect electrically. And at the end of the experiment, we haven't lost the ability to do the sort of standard measurements that pharma would do, like measuring biomarkers and so on. They can still do all of that. So you haven't lost, you just gained the electrical part.
And with the continuous measurement, you said you've kept these alive for a month. Is this alternative to what currently exists?
Yeah, I mean, there are some people who are developing multicellular models, and yeah, they're looking at sort of 3, 4, and 5 weeks. What we find very interesting is that when the right types of cells are there, it's like a tissue. They're sort of co-maintaining that space and keeping each other alive. And we've spent a lot of time figuring out what are the optimal conditions for that. So that was part of the secret sauce, was how do we get these cells to live together? And people think if you put bacteria in a culture with human cells, they're going to overgrow and infect. But no, if you do it right, then they do it just like they would be growing in our gastrointestinal tract. And that's the core of what we're trying to do. We're trying to make it as much like a human on a dish as we can. And then we don't have any of the issues that you would have of, you know, ethics of working on animals. We're actually working on humans, so we have human relevant data. Well, no, we're not working on humans. We're working on human cells. I should specify that. And actually, when we're using human cells, they're so-called cell lines. So those are available to us from biobanks, and it's a very sustainable source of cells.